Imagine a world where Hasbro Mainline and Takara's Masterpiece are all that exist. Imagine a world with no upgrades or options. Could you even imagine a world if third party didn't exist? Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another video. This time I'm asking a question. What would happen if third party never existed? What would it be like? And this is a viewer submitted topic, and I really liked it, so keep those viewer submissions coming in, and let's get into it. First thing is, we wouldn't have all of these wonderful upgrade kits. Now, there are quite a few upgrade kits out there over the years, and it seems like more and more often we get more upgrade kits, starting with this Devastator. And if you look and see, there's several different upgrade kits for Devastator. But if we didn't have these upgrade kits, well, guess what? Devastator have no foot. We'd still have a footless Devastator walking around there. And of course, this would be the only option, right? So these third-party companies, most of them do get their start. They get their start with making upgrade kits for official product, and then they start making money with that, and then they start working on their own designs. And that's kind of how a lot of them get their foot in the door. And just imagine, we'd have some boring figures without them. Even the main line would be less interesting and less fun without third party. We'd still be suffering from the foot, hand, mouth disease of the Combiner Wars, if you know what I mean. Take Perfect Effects. I think they're most known for all of their upgrade kits and all of the hands and the feet upgrades and all of the wonderful upgrades that they do for the combiners and many other things. But then they also come along and make some really awesome stuff. Just like this guy. And like this guy. A bit stylized, I have to admit, but still a great offering and wouldn't exist without third party. Another thing that we see here is third party pushing Takara. And in fact, it's almost like a symbiotic circle that they go through, where Takara puts out a figure that has some superior engineering. Third party sort of similarly makes figures using some of those ideas. Takara does the same thing with some of the third party, and it goes back and forth. But as you can see, we're about to see a Seeker step up in the Coneheads with this end game that we're going to be getting from Make Toys, which is an improvement from the Takara design. And then Takara is going to put out their 3.0 probably. But that whole song and dance wouldn't be sung or danced if Takara had no competition and no one out there to push them, right? So then they would just be sticking with their 1.0. And, you know, it's just my opinion, but I don't think that they would have upgraded had they not had other competition out there or more competition out there. Now, obviously, going from the 03 to the 11 was a huge step, and I'm glad they did it. But I don't know if they'd be working on a 3.0 at all, or even thinking about it, if it wasn't for third party. And without third party, well, I think the KO market would have run even wilder than it already did. Speaking of these Takasa Tony KOs knockoffs, but just think about it. A lot of people say that the KO market, some of the third-party companies are involved in the KO. There's no proof of that, but I truly think if there was no third-party and third-party alternatives, the already lucrative KO market of the Masterpiece line from Takara would be even more lucrative, and there would be even more incentive to get into it if there were no other buying options, such as third party. Now, another thing I believe, that if there was not third party, Takara would put out more characters. I really think that they would. I feel like they do a cost-benefit analysis every time they make a figure, and if there wasn't already a Hound out by the third party, we probably would have seen Hound by now. If there were not all of these slots being filled so well by third party, I think Takara would have taken a risk on some other characters and other figures sooner than we already have seen it. But then again, nobody truly knows that, and it feels like we're just getting a very slow drip of figures out of Takara. Although I like almost everything they put out, I really want them to make more. but we would really not know. So maybe this is the one benefit, is maybe Takara would have given us more. What do you guys think? And we'll find out if they announce any for next year anytime soon. Okay. I do a lot of speculating. Some people think I spend too much time speculating, so I'm going to factuate. So here we are with a picture of some figures that are a mixture of third party and official. And, you know, Takara puts out quite a few figures. So let's take out the figures that are third party and just put in the official. Okay, here we go. Let's check that again. Something's wrong here. Check it again. Okay. I know you guys, we're going to have a little bit of fun with these pictures. I got a couple more sets like this to show you. But the reality of it is that third party is filling it out, right? Okay, Mike, you picked the movie characters and you picked the movie Autobots. I mean, of course, there's not that many from Takara. So let's go ahead and let's do something different. I mean, come on, Mike. All right, so here it is. And take out third party. I don't think they made one. I mean, did they? Did I miss it? Did they make a Cyclonus? Any of these guys? I mean, and the sad part is, we're looking at these a Cyberverse and a mainline Legends. I mean, that's not even Masterpiece, you know. And I'm really wanting to. This is all I can find, as close as I can get to Masterpiece from Takara. Okay, Mike. Season 1 Autobots. They dialed out the Season 1 Autobots. You can completely fill up your shelf with Season 1 Autobots made by Takara. Why are you over here acting like, well, Season 1 and 2, right? Season 1 and 2. Okay, what? Let's extract third party. That's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad, is it? Is that too bad? Let's look at it again. Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? So, I mean, it's better. Like, when you get into, like, Season 1 and 2, and you're looking at those kinds of figures, and they're doing a little bit better with keeping up with that, right? Than Season 3 and the movie and all that stuff. Okay, I admit, I'm being very unfair here. I'm being 100% unfair. So, let me go ahead and just look at mini-bots. You know, since Takara's given us a plethora of mini-bots, so we could fill out the shelf with mini-bots. And they've given us so many. You know, can you count how many of these are Takara? And here we go. That can't be right. Let's go back. Let's try it again. Out of all these figures, let me count. How many of these are Takara? Well, this is what it would be like if we had no third party. How much fun would this be? I mean, and by the way, that's a version 1 Bumblebee and not the greatest picture, holding on to the tip, that blast effect that keeps falling off of my MP44, which is probably my biggest complaint about MP44, by the way. The blast effect falls off. So in all seriousness, if we didn't have third party, we would have way less options. So let's talk about combiners. So we still have not gotten a Master Beast combiner. We have not gotten a Takara combiner yet. And like, there's hopes. So many people hope Takara would do one. I don't hope to pay a price for Takara's though, because I think it would be very expensive. But if they did, it would be interesting to see the engineering, how they go about it, how well it stays together, how it holds up. I mean, that would be very interesting. But it really seems like third party is owning the combiner market. In fact, it's almost overwhelming how many different options there are for combiners out there. I've just made a video about that, but it's overwhelming, and without third party, it would be non-existent at all. I mean, really, all you would have if you had official was a footless Devastator and a 19-inch... Whoa, I can't show that picture. Hold on. Sorry about that one. That picture had an upgrade kit in it, and an upgrade kit wouldn't exist either, so. But the truth is, without third party, we wouldn't have any of these things. We wouldn't have these upgrade kits. We wouldn't have actual masterpiece size figures. And you know, in the end, I probably would have been okay long term forever with the 18-inch scale as my masterpiece. I would have been fine with it. But now it's kind of one of those things that now I'm introduced to real masterpiece size, scale, aesthetic figures. I want them. It's terrible, but it's great all at the same time. Now we always talk about price options, and right now with what's going on, we could argue a lot of things and a lot of reasons in why Takara prices their masterpiece so much. And one fact though is MP44 is $450 or $328 from Amazon Japan, and Transform Elements $99.99, or depending on where you get it, some places charge $150 for them because you can't get them everywhere. But the truth is, third party gives us options for price, and if you don't want to go with the massive top of the line and you want to take a bit of a hit down for like a third of the price, you've got the option. Or if you just, hey, I just like the way the other one looks, whatever, this isn't the place for that debate. The price option for third party and the fact that you get them cheaper, and it didn't used to feel like that. It used to feel like third party was way more expensive. You're going out on a limb to spend a lot more money on something and you didn't really know if it was going to be any good, and you didn't even know if things got hard you could sell them. Well, it seems like third party is actually more sought after than official these days. Lastly, I want to talk about Earthrise. And would Earthrise still look so good if it wasn't for the fact that we had third-party options out there pushing it so hard? Would we even have the number of collectors collecting? Would the interest in Transformers even be there if we didn't have third-party and all of the great things coming with third-party? I've said it before, third-party makes collecting Transformers more interesting than collecting anything else, which I collect like 8 things, and I talk more about Transformers than anything because it is the most exciting. There's always something going on, and 90% of it is in the third-party realm. And we're about to have TFCon come up. We're about to have a third-party panel in a couple of days. A lot of people don't think it's going to be all that great. I look forward to it. I'm excited about it. I enjoy just knowing where we're going and what's happening with the most exciting thing in our franchise. Like, subscribe to Darren Hanger out.